What is going on, guys? Panther here, your coach of the Carolina Clefables, and we are here with our Pokemon for Glory Next Generation Week 6 battle against Carson and the Chicago Bewears. So we are coming off a nice win last week against Johnny Green Bay and the Oregon Ducklets. So we are currently sitting at 4-1 with a +10 differential. Really looking good going into the back half of the season now. The weeks, there are 11 weeks in the season, so we are right at the halfway mark at this battle. So hoping to pull off a nice W here in this one, move to 5-1, and hopefully, keep our foot on the gas for the remainder of the season to get us in the playoffs. There are no divisions in this league. It's strictly top 8 teams, which is very, very nice. Because we are kind of in a battle in the APA right now, despite our very good record because of divisions. So it's a little bit different of a format, so that's appreciated though. So anyways, this week we had to prep for a number of different threats on Toxic's team here. He has the Zygarde 50%, which is always very, very scary to face. I do have my defensive core does check it pretty well, though. Obviously, nothing is immune to 1,000 arrows, but I do have mons that are very physically bulky that can take it on pretty nicely. Like my Mandibuzz, my Jellicent, and my Sylveon. They all can do fairly well against it. I do have that Fizdef Jellicent for that Araquanid. The Araquanid can be very scary, hard to switch into that what's it called, liquidation, that water bubble liquidation. Very, very scary to have to deal with. Did not expect him to bring the Rotom, but when I saw it in team preview here, it was actually something I started kind of worrying about, because it can, as you can see, hit my team fairly hard. I don't have an electric type, so I don't have a Volt Switch immunity. GGoodra is really the best check to it. Primarina is pretty scary, but at least I do have the nice water immunity with my water absorb Jellicent. I'll just go ahead and say it as well. Jellicent is one of my favorite mons in draft format. It is a very, very cheap mon, tier 4 pick, typically in most leagues. It's just a really good mod. It's really fat, it's really tanky, can take a number of hits, gets access to taunt, which I love. I'm just kind of on the Jellicent spiel right now, but I think Jellicent's a very good mod. Sneasel does pretty good against my team. It really breaks down my defensive core. We kind of dealt with that with Weevil in week 2 or 3. I forget which one it was exactly. But, I mean, it rocks Goodra, Mandibuzz, and my Jellicent all very hard. And then it gets access to, like, Iron Tail and Poison Jab for my Sylveon. But, without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into things here. So, again, like I was talking about from team preview, I was really worried about Rotom, to be completely honest with you. I figured he'd probably lead with it just because I had such a good matchup, because I did not bring my ground type. I have Golurk and Torterra. Torterra would have been the obvious mon to help kind of check this thing, but I ended up not bringing it. But my AV GGoodra should be able to do pretty well against it. So let's go ahead and jump into the battle here, and we'll see what Toxic decides to do. So we lead with our AV GGoodra, which has coverage to hit basically everything on his team very hard. I have T-Bolt, Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, and Dragon Pulse. So as you can see, it hits anything on this team with a super effective move outside of the Rotom. But Rotom can't do much to me unless it's like Trick. So if it's Trick, it's Trick. I'm in now, so it is what it is. He Volt Switches. As you can see, that does nothing to us. And we actually predict the Bronzong to come in here turn 1. And we nailed that prediction. So I figured he would Volt Switch out, probably predicting like a Dragon type move. But yeah, we see that do quite a bit there. So that tells us that he is not a Spadef Bronzong. Not sure what exactly set that he ended up being, but we have a chance to knock out the Bronzong the following turn with the Flamethrower, and we end up doing just so. So I don't know like what his investment was. So I don't know if we high rolled him twice or what exactly, but we make a nice read turn 1 with GGoodra and end up kind of tilting this 6-5 in our way already. So, at this point in the match, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for Sticky Web here. I want to kind of scout and see what kind of set this is. Fire off that T-Bolt, and yeah, it does really nothing to this Araquanid. Keep in mind that is a super effective hit. So that basically tells me he is mostly specially defensive. Here I actually predict him to go out into the Rotom to take on take the T-Bolt, but he stays in, gets a nice Toxic off on GGoodra, and he puts us on a timer here all of a sudden. So Hugo is Toxic, but it's kind of like a couple weeks ago. GGoodra just kind of came in, sponged a bunch of hits, and really broke down the walls of my opponent's team. And it's kind of doing the same here in this match. I mean, it's done half to the Araquanid here. It knocked out the Bronzong. Obviously, we can see here on this Rotom, we're about to hit it decently hard with that T-Bolt. It's just kind of staying in and just spreading the love around just a little bit. So, goes for the Shadow Ball here. This kind of tells me that he is more offensive set, and I'm betting he's going to be Choice Scarf. So he gets the Spadef drop. We hit him with a big Dragon Pulse here, and it does a absolute ton to the Rotom. So GGoodra's just putting in the finest of work here. Now, here, obviously doesn't Volt Switch. That reveals to me that he's Scarf here. He goes into the Primarina here, and I believe I actually Sludge Bomb predicting that. So he nailed that prediction. Into the Primarina he goes, and we get a big hit off on the Prim there. So we have a lot of speed and investment. This thing's actually defensive by the looks of it. I almost Dragon Pulsed here. But I figured just clicking Sludge Bomb again would be a fair play. I figured he could probably go Zygarde here pretty easily. But I figured if I get the poison on Zygarde, it really kind of neutralizes that thing as a threat, because it's going to continuously chip away at that thing, unless it's like some type of like coil rest set or something. But Hugo goes down, but Hugo put in the finest, got a little bit of chip in there on that, did half to the Primarina, killed the Bronzong, did half to the Araquanid, and did 75% to the Rotom, so it just did an absolute phenomenal job. So, as you can see, he goes for the 1,000 arrows here. That does not look like a lot of damage, but that reveals to me that he is Choice Banded. We're able to get rid of the sticky webs here, though, so that is what it is. Yeah, not really much to say about that one. I want to keep my Mandibuzz nice and healthy for this thing, though. So he does reveal to me that he's Bandit. I know he can go out to the Primarina here and get a free switch, but I have no reason not to Roost. I can continuously come in on that Zygarde, just take hits, and then I can turn around and file off a foul play if need be later in the match. I have Jellicent to kind of check this thing, as well as Araquanid, and you know, he fires off that Moonblast, and it does really virtually nothing to me, as you can see. He does get the special attack drop though, which is just a little unfortunate. I am Culver, so you don't see the leftovers here. So yeah, is what it is. I predict him now to go out into my, the Araquanid, or fire off the Toxic onto me, or like Energy Ball. So able to get in Salazzle here for fairly free. And we have no reason not to just attack here. I don't want to set up quite yet because he could go out into this thing. We can fire off the Sludge Wave and just knock out the Rotom. So end up knocking out the Rotom here, and that's really nice because that eliminates his Choice Scarfer. We don't know the Sneasel set, but if he's Scarf Sneasel, it makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Anyways, goes out into the Araquanid. I have a Z move though. So I didn't know his spread completely. I knew he was very, very specially bulky. But we went ahead and fired off our Z anyways, because I think we had a chance to take it out. I don't remember the calc off the top of my head, but you know, you figured this is a acid downpour stab coming from Salazzle. That only does like half, so we did right about 50% there with that. I don't know, Salazzle's only base 111 special attack, but geez, that really did not a lot for it to be a Z move. But he just goes for the Sticky Web, which is fair. We fire off the Sludge Wave on the following turn. And, you know, I really prioritize getting rid of the webs earlier in the battle, but I really didn't need to get rid of the Sticky Web, honestly. So he goes out into Zygarde. I do have HP Ice, but it's not going to be able to take this thing out quite yet. I can just go out into my Mandibuzz here, and it's basically a free defog again since the Araquanid's gone, the Rotom's gone, and the Bronzong's gone here at this point. So we can get rid of the webs, and we can ensure that there are no hazards on our side of the field for the remainder of the match. No rocks, no webs, no nothing. So he fires off the Banded 1,000 arrows. He's going to hit us again with it, and I believe we just choose the defog. You know, it is what it is. I was thinking about it later after the match, and I could have sent out Metagross at any time, even with webs up, and Clear Body was going to just ignore that anyways. And, you know, at this point in the match, he really didn't have anything for Mega Metagross. I really didn't even need to defog. I just needed to get Metagross in safely, because I had BP for this thing, Thunder Punch for the Primarina, and then Meteor Mash for Ice Punch for the Zygarde. So it is what it is here at this point, as long as this thing isn't Scarf. So he hits us with a knockoff. As you can see there, he is Life Orb and not Scarf. And yeah, Mandibuzz is just able to hang in there like a champion and pick up a KO. So down goes the Sneasel. We're looking very, very good here. So all he has left is that Primarina and that Zygarde. He goes right back out of the Zygarde. I have no reason at all not to just sack off my Mandibuzz here at this point. I may have been able to like save differential if I did something crazy, go into Sylveon and try to like Wish, Protect, stall this thing and knock it out with a Hyper Voice, or like Jellicent or something like that, make like a double into Mega Metagross, but it really wasn't worth it when I can just go back and just go out into Metagross safely. 100% killed from this range, so there was really no reason for me not to come in, Mega Evolve, and just fire off that Ice Punch. We know he's not Yachi, like I said. We know he is 100% Choice Banded, and he's not going to outspeed us. So there's the big Ice Punch coming off of Metagross. That's Tough Claws boosted, so it's gone. And then all he has left is that Primarina at about maybe 55% or so. So I believe we do have Thunder Punch at least. Yeah, we have Thunder Punch. I'm thinking we had Elemental Punches, BP, and Meteor Mash. So yeah, we just come in, click that T-Punch, and down goes the Primarina. So Mega Metagross proven to be yet again a monster, but MVP for the match definitely goes to our boy GGoodra, just hanging in there. Like I said again, GGoodra led from turn 1, stayed in like 11 turns or something like that, killed the Bronzong, half to the Primarina, chip on the Zygarde, half to the Araquanid, and 75% to the Rotom. I'd say it's a job well done. I mean, only one kill, but God, it threw out some damage, so, you know, that just shows you what a monster GGoodra can be, just in League format with all that coverage. So, I was really impressed with it here in this match, so I was really excited with how I played with it. But anyways, good game to you, Carson. Good luck the rest of the season, man. You got a really scary team with that Zygarde plus Mega Kangaskhan. That's right, he had the Mega Kangaskhan. That's why it was the Rocky Helmet Mandibuzz, just to catch any type of like fake out shenanigans or anything like that, making him take 33%. But anyways, that is what it is. He did not bring it this week, but again, good game to you again, Carson, and good luck the rest of the season, man. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to check out his channel. It will be in the description down below. We are 5-1 plus 14 now, so very good record. I believe that is good enough for second in the league right now. So we're going to keep trucking the rest of the season. 5 games to go. Got a tough match next week against Max Rapture and the Tasmanian Toxicroaks. So never played him in league format before, so looking forward to that one. He has a really scary team as well, so that'll definitely be an interesting match that will go up next Friday on the channel. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.